Yeah, what's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for July 14th, 2025. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys had a great day so far. What's good, Mr. Muhammad? It's goody, my brother. Alright, just testing the audio, seeing if we were good. I'm good, man. I'm good. I was rushing back home. I was not gonna lie, I was planning on leaving tonight to go back to Miami for my my nephew's birthday tomorrow. His first birthday is tomorrow, so but I'm gonna just leave tomorrow morning after the trading session, and then I'll be back on I don't even know what day tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'll be back on Wednesday. But everything's good, man. I can't complain. Been dealing with some little health shit, but I'm good. It's nothing serious. Just trying to get my body back into feeling 100%. I'm doing a lot better today, but yo, yesterday I was so tired yesterday. Let me tell you, I went to bed at 5 p.m. I went to sleep and I woke up at 5 a.m. I was the best sleep I've had in years, man. Years. What happened? Yo, nothing out of the usual, man. Out of the ordinary. It's same shit I always deal with. You know, every time I have at least once a year, man, I get sick with my stomach. Some shit always has to happen. And it started like 3 weeks ago. I went like a whole week. I couldn't eat. I was just on the fucking toilet all day. Sorry if it's TMI, guys, but we're all adults here, right? Um, yeah, bro. I was just on the toilet for like a whole week, and then getting my once you stop eating for a week, trying to eat again, it feels horrible. So yeah, for like the last 2 weeks, I've only been eating like once, maybe twice a day. It's been good eats. I can't complain, right? Like I still drink my smoothie in the morning. I still drink my water all day, but being able to eat food, I'm hungry, but I just don't have an appetite to eat, if that makes any sense. So for a lot of these days, I'm just like forcing myself to eat, which is fine. Like I'm not throwing up. I don't feel bad. It's just when you try to stomach something when you've gone a week, 2 weeks without really eating anything too crazy, it feels weird. Like right now, like I just ate, for example, like before I got home, I grabbed something light. I grabbed a sub, a veggie sub, just full veggies, cucumber, spinach, lettuce, tomatoes, avocado, fucking sweet peppers, salt, a little bit of pepper. What else did I have in that? I had all the veggies you could think of, right? And then just a regular sub, 10 inch. It was fucking great. It tasted amazing, but after I eat, I just feel so tired. Like my body literally just tells me, "Yo, go lay down." And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't about to do tonight's session. Like I'm that tired. Yesterday was really bad. I actually woke up today, I felt pretty good. I wasn't tired. I wasn't tired all day up until now. Like once I ate the food, I'm like, "Oh, man. Here we go with this shit again." But I've been feeling better and better. It's just a process, man. I have to let my body do what it has to do. Again, the good thing is that I don't eat junk, right? I don't really eat, again, I'm vegetarian, so the only thing I eat is fucking fruits and veggies. I don't eat anything. Like I don't really drink soda at all. Like I haven't drank a soda in at least 2 months. So I'm not unhealthy. It's crazy how this shit happens to me every year, and it's been like this for the last 3 years now. But it is what it is. I just gotta can't even say we gotta figure it out what's happening. Cause yo, anytime I go to the doctor, these fucking idiots, man. Oh, nothing's wrong. Nothing looks like it's wrong. I'm like, alright, yo, then why is it happening to me? We gotta do more tests. Yo, what more tests can you do to me? CT scans, MRIs, blood work, everything comes out fine. So what's wrong with me? Now my body's just stupid, I guess. Like whatever. So I'm tired of going to the fucking doctors, bro. But like I said, the good thing is that is nothing major, right? It's not like I'm bleeding anywhere. It's not like I can't get up and work. Like nah, like I could still function. I could still do what I do. I just feel like shit, if that makes any sense, right? So that's really all it is, man. But you gotta push through it, man. It is what it is. It's part of life at this point. And again, it's nothing regular. Like I've been dealing with health issues since I was a little ass kid, so it's nothing new. It's just when it flares up, that's when I have to slow down and be like, all right, I can't grind as much as I want to, but it's just part of the process. It's all good. Yeah, no, last year's one was definitely worse than this one. At least for this one, the stomach pain that I had last year that lasted like a month. This time around, it only lasted. I'll say like maybe 4 days, maybe 4 or 5 days. Um, and then after that, I was good, right? Like some of the symptoms are still lingering. Again, like fatigue and all this other shit. But what I really don't want to feel is pain, right? We don't want to feel pain. So I'm at least grateful that I'm not in pain. I could, I could push through the fatigueness. I could push through the tiredness. It is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. I've been tired all my life, man. I haven't had a good sleep in years. So, it's nothing new for me. Yeah, just gotta push through. It is what it is. But I'm doing good, man. Aside from that, again, I can't complain, man. It's a blessing to be alive. So being able to be here, talk to you guys, it's a blessing already. So I have nothing to complain about, to be honest. Happy with what we do here, man. Um, just want to give everybody another 2 minutes. We'll start in 2 minutes. I'll give everybody till 8:13. Gonna wait to see if anybody wants to join. If not, we're gonna start off the session. Well, I'll say this first, right? We'll go over the pairs that we usually go over. The ones that you see on the right hand side with the rag flag next to their name. We'll go in order from the top to the bottom, starting off with AUD USD, finishing off with US oil. But since we had a question in the Discord, if anybody has any questions here in the chat, just let me know, and we'll definitely answer those questions before we start the session. I'm gonna go over a quick question that we had in the Discord by Albert. And again, by all means, this isn't me calling him out. This is just, again, this is what we're here for, right? These sessions are here for you guys to learn, right? And the only way to learn is to ask questions, right? So anytime anybody asks any questions, obviously, if you feel some type of way about me talking about your question on stream, let me know beforehand. If not, I'm just gonna assume that it's okay for me to talk about the question and answer it on stream. And this is a question that we've gone over already a few times on stream. The exact same pair is the exact same thing. Nothing has changed on this pair. However, there's one single detail, Albert, if you're watching, if you watch the recording, or if you're here live, right? There's one huge detail that is going to mess you up. However, I understand. I looked at the screenshot you sent me, and I understand the reason why you marked your chart up the way that you have it. However, is not the correct way. The way you marked up your 30-minute chart is how you would mark up your 4-hour chart, or how you would mark up your daily time frame chart. When you're on a lower time frame, man, how do I explain this for it to make sense before I even show the screenshot? Because it's not even something that you could draw. Let me try to draw it out with the path tool, and maybe this will make sense, right? Is that it's not gonna make sense with the path tool. I'm gonna try it. Let me see. I'm gonna draw it out first before I say anything to see if I could do something here with this. All right, I think I could do this with this. His zones are way too big, exactly. Right, but understand the reason why he did it like that. Like, I completely understand the reason why he did it like that. As a matter of fact, we'll just do it on the chart, because I'm telling you, the path tool is not gonna make too much sense. So the way he has it marked, right, is lower low, lower high, lower low, and then he has this as the change of character, right? And then he has this as the break of structure, right? Why does he have it like this? Is because he's not calling this a valid break of structure, right? He's not saying that this is where price gave you lower low, lower high, boom, lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character here. No, he's saying all of this is part of the same structure. Now, I understand the reasoning as to why. Again, because we say all the time, if you don't have a valid break, you can't say that this is lower low, lower high, lower low, which is true. However, this is a valid pullback, right? When we're looking at structure, when we're looking at where a valid pullback is, right? I'm gonna explain this in two ways. So where this break happened, it happened here, right? So a lot of people would say, oh, but if the break happened here, then why wouldn't you say that this is lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low? Well, this is where that significant pullback comes into play, right? This push here is not a significant pullback. This is all part of the same move up until here. And this is where price gave you a pullback lower high to then give you another push down to the bottom. Remember, on the 30-minute time frame, if you have a significant pullback, but you don't have a valid break of structure, you could still mark it up as lower low, lower high, lower low. But if you don't have a valid break and you also don't have a significant pullback, that's when you wouldn't mark this as a lower low, lower high, lower low. That's when you would say that all of this is part of the same structure, right? If anybody has any questions about that in particular, let me know. If that didn't make sense, let me know. With that being said, Albert, since this is directly to you, right? You have to make sure that you're looking at these significant pullbacks, because if not, you're going to get trapped the way that you're currently getting trapped, thinking that this is a break of structure and you're looking for that pullback. To make it 100 times easier anyway, and this is a pair that we've been talking about since, dude, I'm making my life harder. This is a pair that we've been talking about and has been the exact same topic of conversation since the 26th of June. It's about to be a whole month already in 10 days, right? So again, with the same thing that we just said, with the valid break of structures, on the daily time frame, did we get a valid break of the highs? Did we get a higher high of the highs to be expecting price to give us a higher low to then continue into a higher high? No. So we already know, just looking at the daily time frame, we already know that price is going to give us a steeper pullback than what we would be expecting if price would have given us a valid break of these highs. If price would have given us a valid break of these highs and given us a pullback to the 50 EMA, we would have been looking for price to give us this third month push to the top side this month, right? See how we have it marked, third month high, but we already said this is low probability because price never gave us a valid break of the daily time frame high. If we're looking for a third month high, just put it in perspective, right? A third month high, where are you looking for the pushes every single month? You're looking at them at the daily time frame. So you already know the move that's going to be played out is going to give you the confirmation of the entry on the daily time frame. If we would have gotten, again, a valid break of these highs, we're in level 3. What EMA do we want to see price bounce off of? The 50 EMA. And you could already see the people who don't know market structure, how many people you think were stuck in this trade here going long and then went straight to stop loss. So just keep it simple. Like, we don't even have to go into the 30-minute time frame. We don't have to go into the 4-hour. We don't have to go into the 15, the 5-minute, the 1-minute. Do this on the daily time frame. Already seeing that price gave you a rejection of the high, an inducement of the high, it gave you a fake break of structure, just trapping traders, right? This is already telling you that price is not going to go back up. It's not. It's not going to do it until we get a steeper pullback. Now the question is, how steep is the pullback going to be? We don't have that answer. We don't have that answer. All we know is that price is going to continue this push to the top side. The question just is, when is it going to do it? How far back is this pullback going to be? Right? And at this moment, again, like I said, we don't have the answer to that. We don't have the answer to that. right? The only other point of interest that we have is the 800 EMA and the previous 30-minute low, which was just the 30-minute low that was created once the change of character was given to us. That's it. Low, lower, high, lower, low, boom, higher, high, change of character. So another reason why I'm not looking for a pullback or a retest of these areas is because there is no valid break of structure to be looking for a retest. This change of character on the 30-minute time frame is the inducement that was created to trap traders at these highs, to make them believe that this is a higher high, to think that this is going to be the higher low, to make traders believe that this is where price was going to continue into the higher high. And once again, if we go to the daily time frame, this is exactly where we were looking for price to give us a pullback if price would have given us a valid break. Right? You see how you just connect every single time frame together. This isn't, again, it's nothing new. It's the same thing we've been doing. Let me take my hoodie off real quick. What's up, Mr. Bashir? Welcome to the stream, my brother. Give me a second, guys. I'm just putting my hair up real quick. Right, so I hope that made sense. Now, when we're just looking at, okay, day to day, right, we have 3 days of drop. After 3 days of drop, we know the market must move sideways or go up. So, technically speaking, to go back into your actual question, right, your question was, let me go to the Discord. Your question was, can we say we should be looking for a retest of GBP CAD if price starts making higher high and higher low, right? Ideally, I'm so sleepy. Kind of explain like gold trade you took earlier. I got you. I will go over the gold trade as well. That's what we're gonna go over next after this. And no problem, Mr. Bashir. If you want to rush the recording, I'll be doing it like in 2 minutes from now. So if you would just want to come back and watch the recording tomorrow morning before the live trading session, you could definitely do that. I'll do that right after I finish this. At this point where price is at, could we be looking for price to go back up? Absolutely. The whole thing is just, again, when we're looking at structure, could it just be an internal, like now that we're looking at internal time frame, we could see that this is lower low, lower high, lower low. So, and everything is pointing down. The EMAs are all looking down, structure is looking down. There's no point of interest to tell us where we should enter going long. So at this moment, is this a pair that I'm even considering to take a trade on, or is it a pair that I'm considering to even continue to look at? No. Why? Because we already had an inducement of the high, right? We had a fake break of structure. We had a testing candles, never gave us a valid break, and then price just plummeted back down to the bottom. Could we be expecting a steeper pullback? Like I said, absolutely. Right? We're trading from this higher low to this higher high. We know we could get a steeper pullback. Right? So at this moment, me personally, I'm not going to be looking at GCAD until we start making those higher highs and higher lows. Once we start making higher highs and higher lows again, that's when I'll start catching these trades again. But at this moment right now, it's just not looking good. Structure isn't there. Like, there's no rules are being played out on this pair. Yo, it's hot in this room. Holy shit. Take a sip of water and then I'll go over gold. Right, so do we need to update anything else here? I don't think so. Let me go to the 4 hour real quick. No, we're good. Okay. Right, so then we'll also go over the gold trade for today. It's a pretty simple trade. Right, daily time frame. Where are we? We're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. Right, when we go down into a lower time frame, even here in the daily, you can see it, but we can see that we're just in a zone of consolidation. Right, and where are we within the zone of consolidation? We're in the middle. Right, so there's no trends. There's nothing for us here right now. Right, we had a previous 2 weeks of rise. This week being the 3rd week. Right, notice how the price was reacting at these highs as soon as the market opened. Or let's turn off the session breaks here on the 4 hour. Boom, the market opened. What did price do? It went up. What did it do? It went up, it created a new high, and then look at the candles that it printed. Every single pair up here, or every single candle that printed up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, what did it give? Inducement candles. What do we also know? We had this 30-minute gap at the top. So now let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Right? Once I saw that the 4-hour time frame, as soon as I woke up, right, 5:30, boom, I looked at the chart. What's the first thing I noticed? Okay, boom, we filled the gap up. As soon as we filled the gap up, what else did I notice? Boom, 4-hour time frame gave us exhaustion candles. Cool. I go to the 30-minute time frame. What's the next thing that I look at? 3 days of rise. Boom. After 3 days of rise, we know the market's either going to move sideways or it's going to go down. Perfect. Right? What happened during Asia session? Created highs. Went back down. What happened during London session? It came back up. Again, gave us inducement to the highs. Right? Exhaustion candles to the highs. Right? What happened during the end of London going into the NYC session? Right? Again, price came up. Gave us another exhaustion candle, a super exhaustion candle. Right? As soon as I saw that exhaustion candle print, I go down to the 5-minute time frame. What do we see on the 5-minute time frame? Right? At these highs, on top of the fact that we had that exhaustion candle, what do we see? The engulfing candle. That's it. Just the same thing we go over every single day. Right? Now, that was the entry. Right? Now, you guys already know STP. STP was at 308 pips. Right? And price hit STP for today. However, I didn't wait for STP to be hit. Why? Because looking at structure, I didn't trust. Once 10 a.m. hit, it wasn't 10 a.m. It was a little bit like 9:45-ish. It was almost 10. Let's say it was 10. Right? Once price got to these lows down here, what did price do? Same thing as GJ last week, by the way. It's the exact same thing. What did price give us at these lows once price reached the lows? It gave us an engulfing candle. 1, 2, boom, engulfing. Now, I already saw after this engulfing was printed that we disrespected it. So I was like, okay, cool. What else am I going to be looking for? The 1-minute timer. But I'm like, yo, I'm not going to do the same mistake I did with GCAD, which is the trade that we lost, the first trade that we lost of this year. Am I really going to cry about 43 pips on gold after I'm securing already a 1 to 12, 1 to 11? Yo, absolutely not. And I closed the trade. As soon as I saw that this candle was coming down and coming back up, I closed it. I'm not going to wait. Now, I did babysit the trade, even though I was already out of the trade. As you guys can see, I have it marked here. Right? The charts did me dirty, man. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, no. It didn't. Okay, cool. We're still good. I was still babysitting the trade. And once I saw that we had this change of character, we had the break of structure retest right on the 50 EMA, I'm like, oh man, we could get in again, straight back to profit. There's an 82 pip TP with a 28 pip stop loss. Not bad at all. That would have been a great scale in to get in again and just go to STP. However, the reason I didn't scale into this, the reason I didn't get in again, is because we had this gap here at the top of the market. I wasn't expecting, if price would have never given us this gap, I would have 100% taken this trade. What? This is a break of structure. This is the retest. On top of the fact that it's the retest, is bouncing right off the 50 EMA. What else do you want to see? The only thing that wasn't following our plan was the fact that that gap was never filled up here. If any of these candles here would have filled that gap up, then again, 100% we would have taken that trade. Right? If the pullback would have closed this gap, we would have taken this trade here and had our stop loss up here. Right? So that was it. I didn't scale into this trade, but I can't complain, right? A 1 to 12 on gold, I'm good, man. I could buy food for the day. I could pay my rent for the month. I could pay my car for the month. I could pay my insurance for the month. I could pay my phone bill for the month, right? On top of the fact that I could pay it for this month, I could also pay it for next month. And on top of the fact that I could pay it for next month, I could pay it for the next month too, right after. So, you know what I mean? Like, I have nothing to complain about, right? Just following the plan. Right, straight to STP. As soon as STP was hit, came back up. We've just been zigzagging in this area. So that's it. That's really all the trade. That's really all there is to it. Right? Like it's really, there's nothing more to it. Right? We have, again, 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, we know the market's gonna move sideways or go down. Right? We had a gap here at the top of the market. price finally filled that gap up. As soon as price filled that gap up, it gave us exhaustion candles, inducement candles to the highs. Once we had the inducement candles of the highs, we had a 5-minute engulfing candle going short. Boom. After an inducement, you know price is going to go the opposite way. So that was really all it is. It's really, again, every single trade we take is very similar. A few little differences, but the idea of entering a trade and how to trade it is all the same. It's all the same. Give me a second. I'm just responding to a text. Amazing catch, man. Good shit. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And again, realistically speaking, these are trades you guys should be taking as well. Because again, none of the entries we have are different. All the entries we have are the same. It's either a 372 or it's an engulfing candle. That's it. Or it's a change of character, break of structure. After the break of structure, you look for the retest and that's when you get in. Those are the only entries that we have. Right? You obviously would have had, you also have the type 1s, the type 2s, the type 3s, but those don't show up every single day on the chart. Realistically speaking too, none of these entries show up every single day on the chart, but the ones that show up the most often are the engulfing candle ones. So I would have taken it if I was on the charts. There you go. And again, nothing is different. Is the same entry, is the same exit every single day. We look for the same rules every single day that we hop on the chart. It also gave, it did also give a 1 hour engulfing candle. Yeah, once I entered the trade, I wasn't focused on this pair anymore because I wanted to see if I could catch something else on another pair. And by the time I got back to gold, that 1 hour engulfing had already hit the retest. I was like maybe a minute late to it. And then price dropped. I'm like, ah, man, that would have been a fucking fantastic. That would have been a fantastic re-entry. A little scaling. Obviously, the stop loss would have been a little bit more. But again, you're risking 89 pips on gold for 166. That's not too bad. Right? And again, I already entered on the 5-minute time frame. So the amount that I'm going to risk, I already made that tenfold, right? Because again, we went from risking 19 pips on gold to having to take this trade here and risk, have a stop loss. Not risk, because we know we're not risking shit, right? 87 pips. Huge difference when we're looking at the stop losses. So again, the lot size would have definitely been a little bit smaller, but it would have been a great scaling, right? It would have been a nice scaling. But yeah, that 1 hour engulfing was picture perfect too. Right, so let's just update this one real quick. Let me delete this. Move this here. Mr. Bashir, let me know if you need me to explain that again. Or if you're watching the recording, I don't know if you're still here, but if you watch the recording too, you could always feel free to message me and we'll go over this tomorrow morning. Okay, about the 1 hour engulfing. The green candle wick just before the engulfing is a little bit higher. Something that stopped me from considering the trade. The green candle wick before the engulfing is a little bit higher. What does that mean? I don't get what you're confused about. This is all you're looking for here. It doesn't matter. Let me reread this question. The green candle wick is a little bit higher. I think I get what you mean. If this would have been an exhaustion candle, would you have it, or not an exhaustion candle, sorry, a doji candle? Make sure you write this down. I think I understand what you mean. And I'll pull this up on Google. The only time you would see that I wouldn't count an engulfing candle is if, oh man, I hate Google, man. Not Google. Let me take that back. I'm Googleable now, guys, by the way. Actually, I'm Googleable. You could Google my name and I pop up. It says professional Call of Duty player. It's so nice. Um, it's a flex that I saw today. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Damn, yo, what example could I use here? All these screenshots suck, man. Okay, I guess we could use this one. If price, man, this is not good. Pinterest, I'm definitely not opening that page. How do I zoom in on? How do I zoom in? Okay, we'll use this one here. That's what you meant. Okay. The only time you wouldn't consider an engulfing candle is if you see a doji candle print. Meaning, if the body of the candle is super small and you have a crazy wick, that's the only time I wouldn't consider it. It's not, to kind of reiterate that question, it's not because the wick is long. No, it's because of the type of candlestick that was printed, right? That doji candle. Those candles that print with those small bodies and these long wicks. That's the only time you wouldn't consider an engulfing candle. Does that happen often? Yes. I forgot which pair recently did that. I think it was GJ, maybe on the 15-minute time frame a few days ago. I just don't remember if it was GJ or not. Again, I think it was GJ. That's the time that I wouldn't. This is a good example here too. If it would have been a green candle like this one here, or like this one here, for example, right? This is a good example right here, right? Green, green, red. On top of the fact, let's clear the fact that the second green candle didn't close above the first green candle's wick. Let's say that let's say the second green candle would have closed above the first green candle's wick, and it would have printed an engulfing candle. I still wouldn't count it because that's a doji candle. The only times you wouldn't consider, another example, let's say this would have been a green candle instead of a red candle. If this would have been a green candle and it would have given you this engulfing candle here, I would not consider this a engulfing candle because that is a doji candle, right? Doji candles are literally just like exhaustion candles. That's already letting you know that this is not the best time to take a trade. For example, this red candle here, right? You see how it's just a small body, right? That doji candle, I wouldn't consider this an engulfing candle. And it played out here. You see it, red, red, green. If you took this trade here thinking that price was going to go up, you went straight to stop loss. Straight to stop loss, right? That's a doji candle. Those are the only times you wouldn't take a trade, is if price would have given us a doji candle. This isn't a doji candle, right? We already know that on gold, this push to the top side that we have here is just the inducement to the highs, right? These were just inducement to the highs. This was already price letting us know price is tired, right? An exhaustion candle, right? Gave us the exhaustion candle, it gave us the engulfing candle, and it gave us the retest of that candle, straight to profit. See, I had to read that question twice to be like, what is he actually asking? But I got it. So I hope that made sense, Mr. Bashir. Now, to talk about what do I think is going to happen on gold from now on, I don't know. We're in the middle of the zone of consolidation, same thing we've been saying. If I don't see something crystal clear like it was today, I'm not taking the trade. Right? We're still in the middle of the zone of consolidation. We're still in peak high territory. Yes, we still have these gaps at the bottom of the market, but overall, right, we know that we had a change of character to the top side, higher high, Right now, just waiting it out. Right? Next time I trade is going to be the same thing. It's either going to be a 372 or I have to see exhaustion candle, something, right? We'll go over that in the live trading sessions. You know, again, at this point, just looking at gold, right now I have no other area as to where I would want to take a trade on gold. Right now it's just sitting on our hands on gold. Same thing like GCAD. I got it now. Thank you. No problem, Mr. Bashir. Thank you for asking the question too, my brother. Again, I know that sometimes it's a little bit scary to ask questions, but I promise you it helps a lot of people. Did I miss the EU? No, I haven't gone. I haven't even gone over it yet. I haven't even started. We first did GCAD. Since Albert had the question, and then we went over gold since you had a question on gold. So I haven't even started the isolation session yet. My bad. I'm just picking up the trash. I dropped it on the floor by accident. Give me a second. Just a bunch of water bottles. That's literally the only thing I have in that trash. Just a whole bunch of water bottles. Man. Give me. I actually had to ask ChatGPT a question. Alright, we'll watch the recording. No problem, my brother. Yeah, I know it's late for you. It's all good. No worries. Um, let's do it. My bad. My bad. Alright, gonna go through this quick. We should be done by 9 p.m. Um, I'm just gonna update what needs to be updated, right? We already know where we're at with AU. AU, we're in an overall downtrend. We're still trading from the lower low going into the lower high. We still know that we're looking for that lower high to be set. And internal time frame, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. So at this moment, again, as always, the same thing we've been saying for the last couple months on AU, last couple weeks. Looking for price to start giving us lower lows and lower highs before I take a trade. We have 2 days of drop, today being the third day. Well, Tuesday being the third day, right? We can see that the market open gave us that third day push right on the 800 EMA. Again, I'm not expecting price to continue to go low, so I'm going straight to the next pair. AUD CAD, very similar, right? We are in A1, first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the bottom. Price never gave us a break of the low, so we're still stuck in the zone of consolidation where price is rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows. Where do we think we're going to go? We're going to go lower? No, we're going to go back to the top side. Or we're going to wait for price to start giving us lower lows and lower highs, and right now we don't have that, right? 4-hour time frame, we could still see higher high, higher low, higher high, looking for a higher low to be set, right? And again, that's trading counter trend. We had 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must move down or move sideways. Price moved sideways on this one, so it gave us a no net on Friday, right? And then today, Monday, price gave us a day of drop. Perfect, right? This is a pair that I am not trading yet, so we're just gonna skip over it. We're still trading between this break of structure, higher high, and this higher low, right? We know that we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. So at this moment, AUD CAD and AUD USD, we could turn that off. I'm not even trading them, right? EA, very similar to GCAD, right? Gave us an inducement candle of these highs. We didn't get a valid break, which is why I'm not expecting price to give us a higher low. However, look how price is reacting on the 50 EMA, right? EA is a pair that we are expecting to continue this third push to the top side, to reach into peak high territory. So again, we're either expecting price to give us a steep pullback to fill this gap to then continue, or we're gonna start seeing price make higher highs and higher lows in this area. We have no continuations on the 4-hour time frame, and on the 30-minute, price just gave us a change of character. Again, a change of character isn't the definite answer to, oh, price is going to turn around, we're going to start seeing lower lows and lower highs. No. This could be the inducement of the lows to then continue. And if we go to the lower time frame, if we go to the 5-minute, we could see lower low, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low, and we're looking for a break of structure, higher high to continue. And I'm going to do that on the 30-minute, right? And again, just got to be patient with it. So on the 5-minute time frame, we have lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us a change of character here. Right, so boom, change of character. And then we're looking for a break of structure, which the break of structure happened to this high to here. Did we get a valid break? Yes, we did. Right, the valid break was this green candle here, and then we had to pull back. So damn, we probably missed this trade already. 5-minute BOS, where is it? Right here. Right after the break, we're looking for a pullback. Boom, we got the retest to then continue. Price gave us engulfing candles. Nope, not valid. 15-minute time frame engulfing candle. No, not valid. Okay. 30-minute time frame engulfing candle maybe. We have a very aggressive engulfing candle here, but I wouldn't have taken this. This is too aggressive. And it's at the market open too. We'll wait it out. We got 13 minutes here. This could print as an engulfing candle. Alright, so EA is definitely one to keep an eye on. How long do we have? Well, 30-minute candle. So alright, we'll go, I'll try to finish this before 9 so we could look at this together. ECAD, we already reached the previous peak high, so I'm just going to update this one. I'm not looking to take these trades on ECAD unless we have a continuation, which we currently don't have on any time frame. We have a change of character down to the bottom side, and then price today just moved sideways. Let's delete this line here. I don't want this on my screen. Alright, we're going to Speedy Gonzalez this session today, guys. And nothing is different, man. If you guys want to watch an isolation session, go watch the last 15 that we did. It's all the same shit, man. It really is. Right. EU. Just moving sideways. From the top to the bottom, we're trading at a higher high. We are in level 2 in an uptrend. This is V1, first zone of consolidation. We had the break, right? We had the retest. We have the continuation. This is level 2. Right, we have these gaps at the bottom of the market. We're trading at a higher high. No continuations on the daily. No continuations on the 4-hour. We could just still see higher highs and higher lows. And then on the 30-minute time frame, we had a lower low change of character. Right, and this is where we had lower low, lower high, lower low. So we're trading between this lower low. Yeah, have you guys heard the new Justin Bieber album? That shit is so fire. Definitely recommend it, man. You know who would clown me right now for saying that? E. He would be like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? He'd be like, yo, you're a Justin Belieber? I can't believe it. Like, whatever, man. You a hater. He used to say some shit in the sessions. I don't remember what it was. He used to say some shit like, if you don't know what you're looking at, nah, man. What was it that he used to say? He used to say some shit. He's like, yo, we're not Justin Beliebers here, or whatever it is, man. I don't fucking remember that guy. But I'll tell you, the dude's a fucking lunatic, man. I don't fucking know. He should just fucking spew nonsense in his fucking 7-hour sessions, man. Just fucking straight nonsense. Fuck, man. Alright, EU will wait it out, man. EU are trading at a higher high. GA price gave us these lows down here. And we're still trading in these lows. 3 days of drop. All right, after 3 days of drop, market must move sideways or go down. We technically went down again here. We had a gap in the market. Moved sideways, but we did finish on a drop because of that gap. All right, so GA, I'm gonna go ahead and skip over that one. GCAD daily time frame. We're trading at a higher high. Oh, we already did this one. Okay, GCAD, yeah. We already went over this one. We'll keep this one on just for the fact that we have 3 days of drop. Again, after 3 days of drop, I'm expecting price to move sideways or go up. So if we have an opportunity to at least catch a pullback, we'll do that on GCAD. So we'll keep that one on. GJ right now is just moving sideways. You know, this is a pair where we could get away with saying that, you know, this is fucking lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, and then, you know, this price is just moving sideways, man. I'm not even gonna give myself a headache on this one. And then we have a slight day of drop for today. Price moved down. I was looking for a valid break of these lows. You know, again, what I don't like is the fact that price came up and took these highs out. Right now, if we just say that we're looking for a break, we got the break here, right? And we could say that this is just the lows, right? But it just wouldn't make sense. We're just moving sideways here. So I'm going to say that we're trading like this. And we're trading between this high here and this low down here. I don't know what it was that he used to say. Again, I have those videos all saved on my computer, bro. Like, I could pull that shit up right now. He used to say, I don't know, bro. I can't think of what it was that he used to say, but that shit used to be so funny, bro. That guy had me dying every single session. You said 2 to 3 hour sessions, bro. I'm telling you, yo, like, yo, motherfuckers. I'm telling you, like, if you did not have E in his prime when he was fucking doing 14-hour sessions, starting at 7 p.m. and finishing this shit at 2, 3 in the morning, bro, like, you don't know what boredom is, man. It's just facts. I remember how the one-on-one was supposed to be an hour 30. It took 4 hours, bro. I'm telling you. I'm fucking telling you. Like, yo, you want a session with E, yo, you better have all day off. If your session starts at 6 p.m., you better have nothing else planned. That better be the last thing you do. If you have a session with E in the morning, you better cancel everything else you have because that motherfucker is not gonna stop talking. I'm telling you, like, motherfuckers think I joke. Nah, no way he was like that. Alright. Guys want the proof? Again, I have the videos all there. I have a 7-hour session saved on my PC, bro. Like, this shit is crazy. I can't. Like, I'd go fucking crazy. I'd go crazy looking at the chart for that long. There's no way. Trading sessions, perfect. But when I'm updating my charts, yo, I am not doing this for longer than an hour. There's no way. Again, occasionally we'll do it for longer than an hour, but there's no way, man. That's crazy work. Like, but hey, again, that's why he's the type of trader that he is, and that's why I'm the type of trader that I am. Because even though I fucking hated it, I was still active. I was still there. GU, same thing as EU, right? We had first zone of consolidation and an uptrend, V1. We have push number 2. We're trading at a higher high. All right, we're looking for that higher low. So I am expecting a steeper pullback for GU. We have 2 weeks of drop. This would be in the 3rd week. Price continued that push to the bottom. And we could see that price gave us a change of character, lower low, lower high, break of structure, lower low, lower high, and gave us another break of structure back down to the bottom, lower low. So we'll just update this and we'll delete some of these highlights because there's way too much on my screen. Right, and we'll do this. Yeah, I'm at a point with my charts where I've gotten to a point, I'm not gonna lie, where I don't even want to do this at night. You can see I haven't updated this in like 2 days. Like for this weekend's the weekly market breakdown, that tripped me out, man. As soon as I saw that the recording was it corrupted, I was like, oh man, like I don't even want to fucking do this anymore. And I was gonna do the recording again. Now I'm like, nope. I'm taking my ass to sleep, man. It is what it is. Right, so we're trading between this lower low and this lower high over here. Like for example, this morning on gold, how long you guys think it took me to take that trade? From the time that I woke up to the time that I took that trade, how long you guys think it took? I'll ask you. I'll ask that question for you guys. Right, and GU is another one to keep an eye on. We have 3 days of drop. Again, after 3 days of drop, we're looking for price to move sideways or go up. So this could be a good trade, very similar to what EA was it that we said? No, GCAD. Yeah, it was GCAD, right? Yeah, similar to GCAD. So just keep an eye on that. Better to do it live? Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. We're gonna do it anyway, so I might as well just turn on the stream. That's exactly what I always say. 5 minutes. It was about, I'm not gonna lie, 5 minutes. It took me about 5 to 10 minutes. I woke up, got on the chart, looked at it. I'll give you the exact. I'll give you the exact time. I got you. My bad. Let's take a minute here. I took the trade at exactly 7:25. I got out of bed at around 7:10. 7:15. So yeah, it took me about 10-15 minutes to get on the chart, dissect it, take the trade. And again, I start from the top to the bottom. So from the time that I woke up, got on the chart, I went through every single pair and I was like, okay, gold is the one to take. It took me about 10 minutes. And again, that's how it should be. Again, it will be like that. Let me say it this way. It will be like that for everybody at one point. Again, because couple years ago when I first started trading, it definitely wasn't like that. I had to make sure I was up at 5 in the morning, 5:30 to update my charts and get everything ready before 7 a.m. But you know, we've gotten to the point already where I could just get on the chart, see what I gotta look for, take a trade when I have to take a trade. And again, it will be like that for you guys, I promise. I know now it seems like it's a lot of work and it's so much shit to keep an eye on, but again, I've always said this, and I said this in the last session that we did, right? Once trading, if trading still isn't like the back of your hand, or like if you know your name, then that's okay. You still have a little bit of work to do. It's just like anything else. Right now, if I ask you what 9 times 9 is, I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to tell me. Now, me on the other hand, I won't be able to tell you. Why? Because I didn't study math. I didn't fucking go to math class. I skipped that class every single day. From 7th grade all the way to my 12th grade year in high school, I skipped math class. I suck at math. I can't tell you what 9 times 9 is. And I'm not going to say it out loud because I think I know the answer. But that's facts. I'm not lying to you guys. I swear to God. Some multiplications that I know, the easy ones I know, right? 6 times 6, 36, 7 times 7, 49, 5 times 5, 25. Right? I know that. 9 times 9, yo, maybe 81. Maybe. I'm guessing here because it's repetition. I'm pretty sure it's 81, right? I don't want to sound stupid. I don't even know why I said this. It is 81. Okay, cool. You see how I had to look this shit up? Like I went on Google and 9 times 9 is 81, right? Only reason I know that goddamn answer is because of how many times I got it wrong in the past. And again, you're a lunatic if you just keep getting the same answer wrong every single day. But that was me in school. I don't know 9 times 9, but I could tell you what STP is. I could tell you the calculation of STP, right? ADR minus 33% equals STP. But I can't tell you what Y equals MX plus B is because I never went to fucking math class. So again, like I'm telling you guys, if you're good at math, trading will be just like if you were doing math. It's that easy. But you have to know that. You have to study. You have to know it like the back of your hand. You can't make mistakes. Because again, if you make a mistake doing the slope intercept form, you're done. Like the answer, the answer is cooked. Right? If you don't know how to do it, you're done. Right? I could tell you, I don't know how to fucking do that, but I could tell you what STP is. Or I could tell you what an engulfing candle. I could tell you the definition of a zone of consolidation without looking at my notes, right? That's how it should be. The only math I know is when to calculate money. There you go, bro. Yeah, truthfully speaking, that's the only fucking math you gotta know, man. Like, I've always said this shit too. Like, I'm telling you, I was such a funny kid, bro. Like, I used to go to my teachers in math class, like, yo, I don't want to be a rocket scientist. Like, why am I learning these? Why the fuck are there letters in my math problem? Like, get out of here. Like, and I used to skip school. I swear to God. Like, I got kicked out of the first high school I went to because I did not show up to my math class. I showed up the first day. I did not show up again. Miss Green, I'll never forget her name. I'll never forget her. Miss Green was her name. I seen her once, and I never saw her again. I skipped. I had IT, right? I was in an IT class. I was either in my IT class and I was also playing American football at the time, or I was skipping to the gym to go fucking be with the football coach. Like, yo, coach, it's mat time. I'm gonna work out. That was great. I had a great, fantastic time, bro. All right, NZD/USD, we're still in A2, second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the bottom. Still no valid break of the lows, so we know that we're just gonna see a pullback to the top side. We're in a good area, the 800 EMA. So not at this point for NZD/USD, what I'm looking for in the 30-minute time frame is the change of character break of structures, right? And we have the change of characters, we have the break of structure, we had the retest, price came back down, then came up and gave us an inducement. So this is where we're starting that cycle once again, right? We have another change of character to the bottom side. So what I have to wait for here now is a break of structure. Once we get a break of structure, brother, like, could you magnetize to the wick, please? Thank you. Right? Once we get another break of structure after the change of character, perfect. We're right back in this trade once again, right? And at this moment, we have a day of drop. We have 2 days of drop. Perfect. Looking for a third day. The third day has already been given, right? So just be aware of that. And we're trading between, I'm gonna say this candle here in the wick, right? So NU could also be a good trade to continue that push down to the bottom. Oh, the green fee. Yo, facts. Yo, that would be a great. Yo, Miss Green, you remember when you said that I wouldn't be nothing because I don't know how to do fucking math? Well, now look at me. I'm in the stock market, man. Yeah, it's crazy. No, I'm telling you, like, it's a true story. Like, I had a lot of teachers who didn't like me, but I was never like true. It sounds like I was a bad kid, but I wasn't. Like, I wasn't a bad kid. I just, for the classes that I enjoyed, I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna do something unless I like it, right? If I'm not having fun doing something, I'm not gonna do it. And that's with everything. Like, the reason I stopped competing in gaming is because I stopped having fun with it. I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about the potential that I had. I didn't care about, the fact that I've been doing this since I was 11 years old. Like, none of that cared to me. Like, as soon as I stop having fun, that's it. It's just not worth it to me. Because again, I've had this mentality since I was a little kid. Like, we only have this life once. Why am I going to do something that doesn't bring joyness to my life? Happiness to my life. Like, if I'm not excited to do it, I'm not gonna do it. And fortunately, I'm still good with trading, right? Trading is still my baby right now. I could do this shit all fucking day. But like gaming, that shit is boring as hell to me now. I can't even say I like it anymore. That shit is just boring. And again, that's with everything in my life. Everything, everything, everything. I have that mentality with everything. I don't know how to. That's one thing that I would say that's a human flaw out of me because that's not a good thing to have. I will say I don't like to even say that out loud because me personally, I think that's the worst personality trait that I have. That it doesn't matter how disciplined I am. You guys see how disciplined I'm here every day doing what I have to do. However, outside of trading, shit that I have to do on a day-to-day basis. I'll give you a fucking example. Like, if I have to go clean my car, you think I'm gonna go clean my car? Bro, I'll wait until that shit is dirty and then I'll go clean it. You know what I mean? Like, and again, that's just a small example. We could go into crazy other examples. US 30, I'm not gonna even really. All I have here on US 30 on the 30-minute time frame is the fact that we have a change of character, we have the break of structure, and we have this 1 hour engulfing candle. So I'm wanting to see price push into that engulfing candle, and then we'll potentially look for a trade at that engulfing candle. If not, then we'll just have to look at structure for today. We could already see that price gave us a little nope, that's not a valid engulfing because that red wick is not there. We don't have a top wick on that red candle. um we'll wait it out and we'll see what happens with US 30 once the market opens tomorrow morning. um if price wants to decide to give us another push to the top side just to give us a retest and then continue down, then perfect. If not, then we'll see the same thing we saw in gold, right? Let's say price creates these highs. If price gives us inducement to these highs, once price starts making lower lows and lower highs, that's when we'll start taking those trades to go back down. But again, the good thing is that the price already gave us a change of character. It gave us a valid break. Again, a valid break. Why? This is an inducement candle, a testing candle, came back up, right? Boom, red candle down. This is the inducement candle. We want to see another red candle close below here without touching the break of structure line. Boom, it wasn't this red candle, it was this one here. It broke below the wick, is not touching the break line. Perfect. That's a valid break. And you can see that price even printed an engulfing candle here to trap all the traders who think price is going to give us a retest to continue back. So this is US 30s definitely want to keep an eye on for them. Ah, 905. Fuck. EA pushing? Yeah. Damn. It's been 20 minutes already? Fuck, man. I'm talking hella shit. I sound like E now. I wanted to see that 30-minute candle. Nah, it closed with a doji. We'll wait it out. I'm not gonna force any trades on this one. Yeah, we'll see if we could get a better entry. We'll wait it out. USD CAD gave us high, higher low, higher high. We're still trading between the same 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows over here. Dude, it's hot in my room, man. This is not good. I just want to finish this so I could turn the air on. We have a day of rise, and then we have a day of no net, just moving sideways today. USD ZAR. We have okay, buddy. I don't want to grab the rectangle. Just gonna piss me off. Sorry. Alright, we have this high. Then we have a day of no net. Again, price just moved sideways today. And then now, but you know what's crazy? I don't remember my IT teacher's name. I think it was Miss Jackson. Pretty sure it was Miss Jackson. Those are the only two teachers that I remember their name from that school. She used to fuck with me heavy. Like, yo, you so smart. I'm like, yeah, because I like this class. I told her straight up. No, this is a day of drop, my bad. I don't know that. She's like, yo, you're so smart, man. Why do all these teachers have a problem with you? My science teacher hated me too, but not because I love math, but I hated the fucking teacher. Oh, brother. There was one day I had to pee really bad in her class, and you know, you gotta raise your hand and ask if you gotta go to the fucking bathroom. May I go to the bathroom? She said no. I'm like, no. Shit, alright. I walked out of the class and they called security like if I fucking planted a bomb in the bathroom, bro. Like, I had 5 security fucking waiting for me out of the bathroom and like, you gotta go to the principal's office. Like, yo, what the fuck did I do? All I had to do was take a piss and she told me I couldn't go, so I left. Like, never in my life have I had to genuinely ask to go to the fucking bathroom. Like, are you serious right now? Like, I have to pee. What do you want me to piss on the seat? Like, I'm not an animal, brother. I gotta go to the bathroom. Um, you guys lucky in Europe, no AC, just heaters. Yeah, I know about that. I have a lot of people that I know from that live in like London and shit, and yeah, they be telling me there's no AC. I'm like, oh, you guys, I would not go over there during the summer. I'll be going over there when it's cold. And I've been wanting to go to London so bad to meet up with them. It's like OG friends too. Gold, we already went through this, right? I don't have to explain this again. And then Bitcoin and oil, guys, we're pretty much done for the day, man. I'm not gonna, you know, Bitcoin, I'm not actively trading it, just keeping an eye on it. We'll just update this to have this here. I'm telling you, at that first high school, I was a menace. I'm not gonna lie. But then, as soon as I switched schools, I was a good boy. Cause like, I was just acting up, man. Like, I didn't really want to go to school. Man. I didn't like it. Shit's not for me. But then I was like, you know, if I just keep doing this dumb shit, I'm not gonna make it to nowhere in life. So I sharpened up, man. It only took me a year of high school to really lock in. And it wasn't like I locked in. I went from being a loudmouth to mute. Like, if you know me in real life, I'm mute. I don't talk no more. And it's because of that. I swear to God. If you know me in real life, bro, I don't talk. Well, you guys see me in the live sessions in the morning. I don't really talk. I'm just there. I'm just bulling it. I'm chilling. And then U.S. oil. Uh, Man, I want to see oil start pushing down, bro. I really do. I want to stop seeing this shit consolidate. I want to take an oil trade so bad. 2 weeks of rise. This would be in the third week. Gave us that push and then plummeted down. Right? We're waiting for a change of character break, but instead we got another change of character to the top side. So very similar to NU. We just gotta wait for price to give us that another change of character break of structure to the bottom side. That's pretty much all it is. Or we'll wait for a continuation 372. And then we'll just go on from there. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Sorry for the late session. I know it's late for you guys, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. He said, "Good boy, fuck you." Well, alright, guys. Any questions? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over before we leave? Again, as of right now, like for the watch list for pairs that look decent, definitely keep an eye on EA. I wouldn't say nothing about EU right now. GCAD, I would say keep an eye on, since again 3 days of drop. Would look for price to move up or move sideways today. GU could be a good one to continue these shorts. I just really wanted to see a crystal clear break, and we didn't get that. But keep an eye on GU or GJ, sorry. GU, keep an eye on it as well, though. We have 3 days of drop, very similar to GCAD. NZD, USD, same thing. That continuation back down to the bottom would be nice on NU. Do we have any engulfing candles on any time frame? Let's see if we could cheat real quick. Nah, we do actually. Just seeing above. Do we have anything above this? No. We do have a nice engulfing candle here, but it's a 1 hour engulf. It's pretty big. It's gonna be about a 23 pip stop. 20 pip stops, not bad. Right, and then on the 30, do we have anything? No. Okay. I mean, the only thing we would have here on the 30, which would be good, is the 200 EMA. Again, we are in level 2 for NZD USD on a downtrend. So we do want to see price. Oh, no. We're in level 3. Let me change this. My bad. I still have this marked up as A2. Oh, no. I'm bugging. We're in A2, level 3. We're looking for price bounce off the 50 EMA. On the daily, right, we're right below the 50, which is good. On the 4 hour, the 50 is about to cross below the 200, which is good, right? So we won't get the bounce off the 50 here on. That's gonna trip me. I gotta change that. There you go. We won't have the bounce off the 50 if we go back to that engulfing candle, but just continue to look at market structure for NU. That would be good. US 30. Like I said, this will most likely be a very similar trade tomorrow, like we took GU or like how we took gold today. So just keep an eye on US 30, and that's pretty much it, right? If 30 ends up coming down, and it gives us that confirmation that we could take a step back and look at USD CAD and USD ZAR to continue these pushes to the top side. Pretty much similar with gold, right? Gold would push up if 30 goes down, so we'll see. Right now, those are the only couple pairs that look good, so that's pretty much it. Any questions, guys? Good night, Mr. Bashir. Appreciate you being here, my brother. And again, thank you for the questions. I appreciate that. Good evening, old head. What's good, Kendall? Yo, you finally got out of work, man? I'm not gonna play the song. I'm not gonna do it, man. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna play the song, but I want to. Said, nah, brother, I'm grinding, bro. I know. I'm back here. I get off at 7. I gotta play the song. I have to. It's only right, bro. I'm sorry. I have to. Hey, whether I get banned on YouTube or not, man, you know what I mean? It's just gotta do it. Gotta do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, brother. The question is, where is it? Where was I posting that fucking song? Ah, you're lucky. I'm not gonna be able to find it. I don't know where it's at. Day is never finished though, man. You know, I'm not gonna do it to you, but the day's never finished. Master got me working. Uh, 30 an hour. I haven't had the chance to evaluate the chart. How's it looking? Nothing too crazy to be honest. So like the only pairs, I'll go over. I'll do the overview on the ones that really matter. Um, I was telling him to keep an eye on EA, just because on the lower time frame we have a change of character, break of structure. And the reason why I was looking at that is just simple higher high, higher low, right? Just continuation off the 50 EMA on the daily time frame. To continue that push back to the top side to peak high territory. Um, so I would say just keep an eye on EA. Again, the only thing I don't like is obviously we have that change of character to the bottom side, but as we can see again in the lower time frame, got the inducement to the lows, and then we have a change of character. We have the break of structure in the retest. Now it's just really about waiting for the right entry to get into this. Right, I was waiting for that 30-minute candle to close, which it did already, and we can see that it didn't close as an engulfing. So just gonna wait for this one a little bit. If it gives us a nice confirmation, then we'll take that. Um, EU, I don't really have this one on. GCAD, only reason I have this one on, we have a previous 3 days of drop. So this would be very similar, like what I was saying, very similar to what gold was today, right? To go back to the top side after 3 days of drop. So that's the only reason why I have this one on. But overall in GCAD, I'm not interested really in this one. GJ, I'm also not really interested in this one, but I would like to see a continuation back down to the bottom. Price gave us a change of character. The break is kind of iffy, right? Because we have so much other structure inside of here. But this would be a good one to at least keep an eye on. GU similar to GCAD, right? Previous 3 days of drop, looking for price either move sideways or go up today. So this is the only reason I have GU right now. But GU, we know that we're trading still lower low and lower high. So I would just say be careful with GU. I'm still looking at the 800 exactly. Yeah, the 800 EMA is going to be very important to keep an eye on as well for a lot of these pairs, which is also why I'm not really there's really nothing too crazy right now because of that. NZD USD just a continuation right back down to the bottom. Once again, this is a pair that we know we're on the 800 on the daily, so that's the good part. And what I want to see now in the lower time frames is a change of character break. We have we have the change, we don't have the break, but we do have an hour engulfing candle here at the top. So we'll wait this one out. We'll see if price wants to give us a pullback. US 30, very similar trade to what gold could be. This could be a very similar trade to gold from today. Right, if we get an inducement of these highs, then we'll know we'll go right back down to the bottom, and we have a gap here on the 30-minute time frame. So we'll keep an eye on that. USD CAD and USD ZAR, I don't really have anything. Very similar to GJ, is just moving sideways, right? And then I don't have anything for gold either at this point. I have nothing for Bitcoin at this point. And I have nothing for oil at this point either. So that's pretty much it. And then tomorrow, hold on, I can't see the chat. I saw you type something, but I couldn't see. I pulled up Forex Factory. We have any news for tomorrow? That was one thing I forgot to tell these guys to keep an eye on. But news, yeah, we have CPI 830. So once that CPI hits, we'll start looking. I'm still looking at the 800. Yeah, I just marked GJ. I'm hands off until CPI. Yep, exactly. Yeah, man, great minds think alike. Yeah, today will be a day where I wouldn't even stress looking at this shit during Asia or London. Just kind of let price set up, do what it has to do, and then after 835, 840, once CPI hits, that's when I'll be looking at taking. That's when I'll start looking at the charts again and looking to take a trade. That's pretty much it, man. Any questions? Anything else you guys want me to go over? Anything you guys want me to explain? Let me know. If not, we'll be done for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow morning again. Quick reminder, tomorrow is my nephew's birthday, so I will not be on. There's a huge possibility. No, I'm not going to do the isolation session tomorrow. Fuck that. I'm not even going to do that to myself. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's pretty simple, man. Finna hop on the game. I finna hop in bed. I got a fucking 4-hour drive to do tomorrow morning, man. I'm gonna go to sleep, wake up refreshed, do the class in the morning, do the trading session, and then I'll be heading out. I wish I could hop in bed. Hey man, soon. You just got another 12 hours, man. I won't see a bed for another 11 hours. Hey man, soon, bro. Nah, yo, you got it, man. You got it. You just gotta grind out for a few more weeks, man. That's all it is. Just a few more weeks. It's gonna be worth it, man. It's gonna be worth it. But alright, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Kendall, be safe, man. That's all it is. Few more weeks. I love it though. Yeah, I feel like every time you're in court and you're over there at work, your coworkers seem pretty cool. Plus, the people that you be meeting seem pretty cool too. So at least you don't have some assholes, right? Like the other fucking last job that you had. Take it easy, brother. I appreciate you, brother. Be safe out there. Get home safe. I'll be in court in the morning. I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Peace out.